The brutality of Chapter 62 of the Dragon Ball Super manga is here, and right off the bat we get a stupid line from Piccolo. He basically asks Moro, who has just merged with 7-3, if 7-3's power has been added to his own, but he should already know that the answer is yes. But who knows, maybe he was asking if it was like a Potara or fusion dance multiplier as opposed to addition like Boo. So last chapter it looked like Vegeta was down for the count, but this shows that that was not the case, as Vegeta pops right back up in Super Saiyan Blue, telling Moro that he's gonna tear him apart, which he confirmed that he can do with Piccolo in the last chapter. But Moro isn't gonna make that too easy. As we see, Vegeta just tries his best to try to hit him. Even like Moro dodges out of the way, and Vegeta's trying so hard that he runs into a freaking mountain and destroys, well, a giant boulder at least. But this sequence is really interesting and it shows like the futility that of these guys' battle. Like, it's futile to fight this guy now. Like, Vegeta can't even lay a hit on him. But Gohan brings up an interesting point that he probably inherited the 30-minute time limit from 7-3, but Moro says, no, I mean, if you guys thought, had a chance, don't get your hopes up. I don't suffer from any drawbacks that 7-3 suffered from. Like, the power of Moro has returned home. So Moro uses a very interesting illusion technique, and this is one thing that I like about this villain, is that he has this interesting magical abilities, although I do wish the paneling was a little bit bigger to showcase it a little bit better, because he kind of disappears into like this mist kind of thing and appears behind Vegeta, grabbing his neck. So Moro 7-3 now has Vegeta's copy. So he has Moro's copy and he has Vegeta's copy that we know of so far in this chapter. So I really love the panel here of Moro grabbing Vegeta's neck. I do wish it was a little bit bigger and more pronounced, but these little classic Dragon Ball squiggly lines are a really nice touch to the art style, and it happens a number of times in this chapter. So I really do like the kind of visual portrayal of what's happening here. And you show Moro's hand and then close up on the orb on his hand, and Vegeta's right there. Bum bum bum. This is bad. But this chapter also has some unintentional comedy in that right after this happens, Gohan says, "Moro, that scum." Like a freaking old 80s cartoon, or like G.I. Joe or something. So Moro beats the ever-living shit out of Vegeta, and I'm thinking, dang man, like Vegeta's a tough cookie, and him being able to withstand this beating and not be unconscious is rather commendable, but that's rather short-lived, as Moro uses Vegeta's copy to do the Big Bang attack against him in an epic scene. So obviously Moro wants to keep these guys alive, so he's not going to put enough power into it to actually completely obliterate Vegeta. So obviously he's holding back while beating Vegeta, because I think if Moro 7-3 wanted to kill Vegeta, he could do it really easily. He could do it easily with any of these guys. So the scene with him using the Big Bang attack, like the paneling in this chapter visually is, I think, a decent step up. I think there's way too many panels still, and some of the pages, I really wish that some of the images were just bigger, with maybe 3 or 4 images per page. But Toyotaro has a lot of unnecessary panels of people's reactions and stuff like that. But the explosion of the Big Bang, really glorious. I really love how that looks. And Moro says something funny here. He says that, and there's a lot of fans in the Dragon Ball community that would agree with this, in that if you remember Vegeta's Big Bang attack killing Android, 19, I think. I always get 19 and 20 mixed up for some reason. I don't know why. But a lot of people say that it's just a generic key attack. Why give it such a grandiose name? And that's exactly what Moro says here. Really funny stuff. So Piccolo notes that, oh crap, so he has Vegeta's abilities, you guys can't fuse now. And I'm thinking, okay, so if Gogeta or Vegito if they are able to tap into Ultra Instinct Omen like Goku can, then I can understand why fusion would be an option, because then they could dodge Moro's energy stealing technique. But otherwise, fusion is pointless because he'll just steal your energy, you know what I'm saying? Good on Piccolo for noting that, because it didn't seem like Goku realized that. But interesting plot development. Krillin and Dende are on their way to help heal the heroes. You know, Krillin's obviously still tired from his fights. I'm wondering where Roshi, Tien, and Yamcha are during this. Are they going to show up again? Or are they just kind of babysitting the captured Galactic Patrol prisoners? So really good stuff. I'm really rooting for Krillin to get there because, as we see, we focus on Dende mostly. But going back to Moro's battle with the heroes, freaking Gohan and Piccolo powering up. Like, this duo, really cool duo. They were awesome in the Tournament of Power anime. But like I said, it's just completely futile to fight this guy, and they are doing nothing. He brutalizes them. I'm surprised that they're not dead from these hits that he's given, but again, he's holding back because he wants to absorb their energies. So according to the leaks, it looks like Gohan got knocked down from one hit from Moro, but I'm glad to see that it's not just one hit, that Gohan is a tougher cookie than that. He gets kicked, he gets blasted by Moro, but after this little scuffle, this part was really well done. I loved how it was a very nice teamwork moment in Piccolo just being down on the ground. And, I should note that Gohan used like his shield thing to block Moro's blast from hitting him completely. So that was really cool. Piccolo stretches out his arms and grabs Moro's legs. Like, this is a really good use of the stretchy arm technique. And kind of, obviously he's not immobile, but he is distracted enough for Gohan to do the Galactic Donut. Now, this confirms that Gohan is the one that taught Goten the Galactic Donut technique, hence why Gotenks can do it. No, I'm just kidding. Or maybe Goten taught it to Gohan, who knows? But this was really interesting, and I like how the manga is giving Gohan more techniques. You know, he has that shield technique, he has the Masenko, and also the Galactic Donut. So a really cool scene, and gives Goku the perfect opportunity to instant transmission, freaking sells him. Perfect sells Moro right in the fucking arm and blows his arm off. And I love the intensity of all this. And Goku is just like, you can feel the intense strain that Goku, and he's trying to push out as much power as he possibly can to get as much damage as he possibly can. And he succeeds in ripping off Moro's arm. Like, Moro used the one arm to block the whole thing, so that obviously took the brunt of the damage. And I think it's kind of weird how, like, the shape of the hole that Goku created is, I don't know, it reminded me of the T-1000 from Terminator. But what we really get into is the main brutality. This next scene is so good. Wordless, no distractions. Moro's like, oh, all right, you want to play that game? All right, I'm done messing around. Just walks up to Goku, and Goku's like, oh, what? Like, he doesn't know what to do. And freaking Moro regenerates his arm through Goku's chest. That is amazing. Wow. By the way, the recolor of this panel is, the credit is in the description below, so check him out. Really good stuff. God dang, now we get reactions from everybody, and Goku, he can't do anything. Like, he has got a hole in his chest. Like, this, he's thinking, oh man, I haven't felt this bad since Piccolo killed me way back when we defeated Raditz. Oh man, and this is the revelation that Moro still has Piccolo's copy. So he's got Piccolo's copy, he's got Vegeta's copy, and I guess Moro. He's got Moro. So I wonder if he can still get a third copy on top of that. So after this, I loved how Gohan got pissed off, and Moro actually acknowledges that Gohan actually got a rage boost in this moment, but it didn't amount to anything because Moro is so far beyond Gohan, and this is when he just backfists him, and Gohan's done. Like, I am glad that Gohan got some really good screen time in this chapter. That was really good stuff, and that he wasn't just knocked out from one hit. But Dende, for some reason, telepaths to Piccolo. I'm not sure why he felt the need to do this, but obviously he wouldn't know that Moro could tap into telepathy. And by the way, how long has it been since we've seen telepathy? Like, I don't remember it being used at all on Dragon Ball Super. Correct me if I'm wrong. But really, god dang, Moro, like, this guy is just overpowered. He's overpowered. He has too much power. He has too much powers. He's got his magic, freaking Vegeta, Piccolo, and Moro's copy. And like, he's like, okay, well, you know what? I won't let you heal up. I'm going to create this barrier. But then again, I'm thinking, okay, wouldn't you want to like make Dende heal them every time you steal their energy? So you got like an unlimited supply of energy or something like that. And furthermore, I don't see what the point of creating this barrier is if he can just go and kill Dende with the snap of his fingers. You know what I'm saying? But I guess he doesn't want to take any chances, which is understandable because if Vegeta and Goku, Ultra Instinct Omen work together, he might have some trouble with them. So Dende can't get through the barrier, and Krillin is also outside the barrier. So I'm really hoping that Krillin is the one that gets in there and, you know, saves the day with the Senzus. But all that's left is Piccolo, Jocko, 18 and 17, who swoop in and get finger gunned from behind Moro's back. Like, there's some very interesting moves throughout this entire arc. And this is the point where Piccolo essentially decides this is futile. We can't do anything about this guy. I'm gonna have to self-destruct. But at the same time, I'm thinking, okay, Piccolo, I mean, this is like a noble thing that you're going to try to do, but I really don't think that you self-destructing is going to kill Moro. But it is good that he notes that Moro's barrier will help keep in his destructive blast, so it doesn't, you know, destroy the earth or anything like that. And he is just fine and dandy with sacrificing Jocko because Jocko says, you know what, this is my responsibility. I should go down with Chip. And Piccolo's like, all right. And again, with this panel of him charging up with those squiggly lines, like the squigglies. But the next page is really where it's at. Like, special beam cannon through the gut. This paneling right here is excellent. Like, 5 images, Piccolo's reaction, special beam cannon, the impact of the cannon, and his reaction, and the subsequent aftermath of that. And Jocko is the only one standing in this splash page of all of the heroes down in the dirt. Amazing stuff. Moro in terms of threat level and tension, like A+ villain. In terms of overall character, not nearly as great because, you know, he's pretty paper thin. So a hole opens up. This is a startling revelation. This might be the biggest revelation in this chapter, actually, in that the hole opens in Moro's barrier opens up. Dende flops in, and we see Whis. Either this is Whis or Maris borrowed Whis' staff, because in the last chapter that we saw them in, Maris did not have a staff. Whis has a staff. So, Dende recognizes him. So it's gotta be Whis. Whis, like, this is against the Angel Code, right? Whis is helping them. This is insane. Like, this might be leaning into the next arc, which I think a lot of people were hoping, like an angel an angel arc. So Jocko starts to try to defend the Earth with his little blaster pistol. And like Jocko, you know, for all his faults, he's a good guy. But the big hero arrives in Maris, shooting Moro as well as Jocko's blast, supplementing it with his own key. Very interesting touch there. And this heroic image of Agent Maris, looking like freaking James Bond there. That is a good cliffhanger right there. I really hope that we actually get a Moro versus Maris battle, and it's not just going to be some sort of cop-out. Something's going to happen immediately to make it so that that fight doesn't happen. So, god dang. Really good chapter overall. What did you guys think? Drop your thought waves down in the comments below. As always, thank you very much for watching, and take it easy.